This is a review of the OxyLED BL15 3-mode waterproof bright rechargeable bike light. The unit comes nicely packaged and would make a great gift for those people who like to go bike riding. It comes with an instruction manual, a warranty card, the light itself, which is nicely designed. You'll have here a charger that operates on 100 to 240 volts AC and 50 to 60 hertz. The charger cable here is 60 inches long, and the light cable here is only 6 inches long. Over here you have a battery pack that's rated at a powerful 8,800 milliampere hours that powers the lamp. It has a cable on it that's 38 inches long. The beauty of this lamp is its ultra high power. It will output 1500 lumens. Also, this battery pack is rechargeable using the AC power cord, and as a result will provide you with long life. It is something that has to be mounted to your bike, and here you see these mounting straps. These are for the light, and very simply they come over here and fit over the front hook. You have to fit them down in there and press them in there, stretch it under the handlebars, and hook them on the back. I'll show that on a bike in a few minutes. Here is the charger for the battery, and the first thing you're going to do is charge the battery before you install it. I want to point out that this battery has a cable on it, and it plugs into the lamp here. You can see that. There's a bump here on this. That bump is like an O-ring to make sure you have a watertight connection. So it's going to be kind of tight plugging in and unplugging. So never pull on the wires or just grab this and jerk it off and unplug it. If you do that, you're going to rip the wire out of the back of the light. You want to take this and hold it here and twist it in opposite directions and pull it apart. That way you can safely remove the wire and not damage the light. These Velcro straps are for hanging the battery onto your bicycle. The battery weighs in at 8 3/4 ounces. And the light itself weighs in at 4 3/4 ounces. And as I mentioned, the nice thing about it is when you get home, you can unplug it, plug it into the charger, and recharge the battery, and you're ready to go for your next ride. The light here has 3 light ranges: low, medium, and high. I'm not going to show them in this bright room. I'm going to take it down into a dark basement and show it to you. And then I'm going to mount it on a bicycle and show it to you shining out a garage door at nighttime, just to give you an impression. At the maximum of brightness, it's 1,500 lumens, and the nice thing about it is, it also has a strobe function that causes the light to flash. You might say, gee, why that? I can tell you, that strobe function makes you highly visible, even in the daytime. I was an avid bike rider for years, and I always averaged about 3 to 4 times a year where I'd almost be killed because somebody was driving on the wrong side of the street, coming around the corner on the wrong side of the street and talking on their cell phone. And with this strobe light going, it's hard to miss somebody. It is really bright. It's a great accessory item. The rating of this light is IPX6. That means it's tested or acceptable in highly powerful jets of water for durations of at least 3 minutes. That means it can be sprayed with water out of a 1/2-inch hose, outputting 26.4 gallons per minute, or at roughly 14.5 psi. That's a torrential downpour. The comment I do want to make is, even though this is LEDs, it can get very hot. Hot enough that if you were sitting still, you could reach for it, it probably would burn you. So you want to make sure you mount it someplace where it's out of reach of your hands. In addition to that, it does have overheat protection, and if it gets too hot, it will automatically reduce the light to the next lowest level to prevent overheating. When you're not using the light from the battery, please disconnect it like I showed you. You know, the light is water resistant to IPX6. It should never be submerged. Here I'm going to plug this in, and it goes together very tightly, so make sure you snap it together. You'll hear it snap, and you'll see that 2 buttons lit up, so you can see them in the dark when you're riding your bike. I'll turn the lights off so you can see that. Here you can see the 2 rear buttons lit up so you can see them at nighttime. Here you can see down into the lamp itself. There are two LEDs there. They're in very deep reflectors that are highly glossy, but they also have an orange peel effect, which makes some of the brightest beams that are possible with LEDs. That is one reason why you have a tremendous throw on this beam lamp. It throws the light out a lot, and you have a lot of spread because there's two of them side by side. This headlight uses two Cree light bulbs. They have a lifespan of 50,000 hours. Each of these LEDs is capable of outputting 1,040 lumens apiece, but this light's not rated at 2,080 lumens because this manufacturer has realistically taken into effect that there are losses in the reflector and the mechanism and the lens of the light. That's why their statement of 1,500 lumens is realistic, and I truly believe it's that bright. Many manufacturers overstate their light capacities and brightness. I think this manufacturer has taken a very practical way of making this measurement and statement of its accuracy for its brightness. I want you to see that I've mounted the LED headlight right here using one of the elastic bands. It was quite simple and easy to do. You can see I mounted the battery to the top of the frame here using the two elastic straps. I tried this position and it simply didn't work. The vibration of writing caused the battery to slip around to the side, and it just didn't feel secure. It also began pulling on the wire going to the battery, and I was afraid it would pull the wire out and make an access point for water to enter the battery, so I changed it. Originally I had the battery mounted here, and it just didn't work right, so I took the battery and moved it, wired it into the light, and ran the main wire down the chassis of the bike, which I'm going to tighten up in a second, brought it all the way to the back, and put the battery back here in this little accessory bag where I carry tools. That way the battery is protected from being wet or getting wet when I'm riding, and it just looks nicer. We're about 55 feet from a set of garage doors. I'm going to turn the light on. That's the low beam. This is the middle beam. And this is the high beam. So you can see it's quite bright. It's almost like the headlight of a car. I've never seen a bike light that bright, and I think that's a real benefit to riding in the dark. Strobe light flashing, you can see it still lights your way and it's highly visible. This is a dusk. The sun is just going down right now. It'll be totally dark in about 15 minutes. You can see it's totally dark outside. There's a little bit of light from a street lamp, but the camera's not even picking it up. Here you can see the low beam. Yes, that is low. Here's the medium beam. And here's the high beam. And I'm telling you, it looks just like a headlight of a car. It couldn't be any brighter. Here you can see that strobe effect I was talking about. It's almost as bright as the high beam, and it's highly visible. Nobody can miss you when you have that on. Here you can see the headlight shining down the street that's dark. I can tell you the camera doesn't do it justice. Take what you see in the camera and multiply it times 4 or 5. It's actually as bright as the headlights of a car. Here I am coming down the street with the headlight on the high beam, just so you can see what it looks like when someone is coming right at you. And here you can see I'm coming down the street with the light on strobe, and you can see the effect. That's highly visible. They're going to see you coming. I wanted to show you what the light would look like shining on my car from about 35 feet away, and you can see it's very, very bright. You can see these two buttons on the back that are lit up at nighttime. Like I said, as long as the battery is plugged into the light, even if the light is off, those buttons are going to be bright. So that's why you want to unplug this so it doesn't drain the battery down. This is an excellent product. It works extremely well. You can see how bright it is when I'm steering the wheel back and forth. I rate this as a 5-star product. Just take care in installing it. Make sure that it's safe and the cables are tied up, but you won't find a brighter bike headlight available. This is a first-class product. I rate it again at 5 stars. This review was done by jjceo. I'd like to tell you I received a sample for test and evaluation, and I didn't promise a review, but I promised if I gave one it would be fair and honest.